his rookie season. Of course, every game this year. Had a great third quarter. And this time he gets sacked at the 18-yard line. David Irving. David Irving plays maybe 40% of the snaps or so, but boy, he can make his presence felt.
Watch what he does.
Cowboys friends, Cowboys fans, Cowboys family. What's going on, man? It's your boy Foots the King, Bradley McDonald, my real name. I'm in the lab. Drummer, producer, DJ. And before I start any video, first and foremost, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for telling people. I read every comment. It means a lot to me because you guys don't have to do this. You guys don't have to watch these videos. You guys can say, hey, he doesn't know what he's talking about. But like I said, I take notes during the game. I do the research. And this is just about, Cowboys fans, I've always said, are some of the smartest fans. Even though we have our moments, we're some of the smartest fans in America when it comes to football and analyzing and just, we don't have to use mainstream. We can figure out ourselves what's going on with this team and why we're good and why we're not. So anyway, thank y'all so much. I can't go on without that. I started this video with that David Irving sack just because I don't want to start talking and not mention him. But obviously, I tweeted out earlier, I said, yo, David Irving was the best player on the field tonight. Like, if you're talking about just what football is and dominating the man in front of you, David Irving was the best player on the game in the game tonight, and he basically took over the game with the hurries. He had 2 sacks, but just they really couldn't block him. And once they stopped running the ball, it was over. But we'll get to that. So let's get into the game. Let's get some stats out the way early. So for all the quarterback controversy people, Dak just nothing, 32 of 36. 279, no touchdowns but no picks. Very efficient game. QBR is very high. Got the ball to Dez. Dez 8 for 82. And that's a great Tampa this. So let's not take anything away from Tampa. Like I said, they went to Kansas City. They beat Kansas City. They beat Seattle. This team can really play. I can't take anything away from Tampa Bay at all, from that defense at all. And we'll get into that more. But that's just some stats. Zeke, just another day at the office, 23 for 159, the touchdown. He played great in the fourth, icing the game away. The team started to wear on them. And I thought that Zeke had a Zeke game. And this is a stat that I'll get to later also. Well, I'll get to it now and I'll explain later why I meant so much. Mike Evans, 4 for 59. He had 59 receiving yards, y'all. And trust me, I said, if you watched my video earlier, I said, yo, what they want to do is they want to force the ball or push the ball to Mike Evans. That's Jameis Winston's game. Cam Braid, and the other guy who got the lucky touchdown, Humphreys, they're just guys. Mike Evans is the guy, and he's Jameis's guy. So that's who he wanted to push the ball to. And the fact that we took him away, he beat Carr, I think, once or twice. And Carr's good for that, but Carr's been playing great. So I think that, just from a stat perception and just early in this video, just being able to say, like, yo, we really took away Mike Evans, and I'm really falling in love with this defense. If it wasn't for that tip touchdown, Tampa probably would have scored 13. Jameis was out of control. He was all over the place. So, anyway, for a recap of the game, early on, Dallas, I love the play calling, getting the ball out of Dak's hands early, obviously getting Zeke going on the first drive. We stalled early, but then we came back and scored, and we went up 10-3. The thing that I'm learning, though, with this team and Cowboys fans, you have to watch for it on our offense and moving forward, going towards the playoffs. One thing that I don't like is that we have a lot of drive stallers, whether it was the Vince Mailey penalty or, Doug Free with a penalty. Tyron Smith had a hold that wiped out a touchdown from Lance Dunbar. What I don't like is this team, when we're at our best, is when we're sharp. I don't want Dallas to get into the playoffs or get into a team that will make you pay, i.e. the way Green Bay's playing now and the Falcons. I don't want this team to start beating themselves. And that's what I'm starting to realize. I was texting my boy during the game. I'm like, drive, progress stoppers, period. I don't like it at all. Like, seriously. I thought that was Deion Sanders doing his little interviews. I thought he was interviewing Dak and Zeke. But I don't like drive stalling. It's just these things that's these plays and these holding calls from Free. Free played decently tonight, but he still is getting beat a lot. And they're trying to do things to help him out, keep it back in. But my point is, I don't like these things that stall our drives because that puts our luckily, and thank God, and I'll get to this, luckily our defense is playing way, way better. But, you play a good offense, sometimes the offense is just hot, they have your number. We could be in trouble. We cannot beat ourselves in the playoffs, period. Other than that, the play calling was okay. Linehan's starting to get a little too cute for me, and the reason why, it was a couple third downs that I'm just like, run the ball. No screen, that reverse to Lucky Whitehead, it didn't make sense. Run it straight ahead. Levante David and Quan Alexander, they're quick linebackers. They're not bruisers. They're not bangers. Run right at them. It was like 3rd and 3 and 3rd and 5. I take my chances getting behind. What's my boy? I want to say Gerard. What's my boy? 65. Get behind. That's our best power O lineman. Him and Zach Martin. Get right behind them and run the football. Ron Leary. I had a brain fart. My point is, I don't like these cute plays that you're trying to run. It was one on 3rd and 3. It's a fake handoff, then it's this, that, and the third. Well, Quan Alexander went with Zeke. I told you he's a quick linebacker. He went with Zeke. Now the play's blown up. Dak has to come slide. Just run the ball right at him, and that's Linehan. I don't know if he's getting cute or if he doesn't know the personnel, but the Tampa Bay linebackers, that's what they do best. They're side-to-side players. They're speed players. So what you do with speed players is you run right at them. So that's kind of my rant on Linehan. It's just like play calling was good early. Then it got kind of weird because I don't know if Linehan's getting cute or if he's trying to. But just do what you do best. Line up and just beat the person in front of you. I still want more off tackle, but, I can't complain about 159 from Zeke rushing. But if it's one thing that I had to complain about offensively, I just don't like the fact that, that we don't just line up and just punch teams in the mouth on those short down yardage. We shouldn't have been stopped on any third downs, especially anything under 3rd and 5. Dallas should never be stopped. Period. With this O-line, with this personnel, we should never be stopped. I like Dez's game tonight. I like the way that Dez played. He caught the ball well. He sat down in the zone. And I like the way that Dak saw that also, because a lot of times on 2nd and long or early in downs, what Tampa was doing was they were kind of running a Tampa too. So what Dak did was trust his feet, trust his eyes. He will read that dropping linebacker and just make good throws. He made good throws to Beasley all night. His footwork looked clean. I've always been on him about footwork. When Dak is bad is when his footwork is bad and when he gets antsy. When he's good is when he's playing like a point guard and he's just fitting the ball and playing within the game. If they drop all their men back and their backs are turned to him, he runs. That's when Dak is a gamer. He'll never throw for 400, 500 yards and all that. Dak Prescott is a gamer. We're not going back to Tony and all that. We got to grow with this quarterback. I love the way he played tonight. Okay, so on to the defense. And I got my notes here for the defense. Hitchens missed the tackle early. I wrote that. Byron Jones playing good on their tight end early. Byron Jones had a great game. He was all over the field. He got that cheap pick late in the right before halftime. So kudos to him. But the two players, obviously David Irvin was just amazing, and he just for just the 2 sacks that he had, the pressures that he had was really amazing. But you looking at Malik Collins, and people are gonna say, Malik Collins, what do you mean? The pressure that this rookie gets, it allows Mayowa and David Irvin to really eat. Like, this defensive line is becoming my favorite thing to watch because they're just guys that just keep playing. And that under tackle, what Malik Collins plays, is not a position that's going to get a bunch of stats or tackles or sacks. But it sets everybody else up. It keeps Sean Lee free. it keeps David Irving free. It keeps it. He's so quick off the ball. He's taking Tyrone Crawford's job. Like Tyrone Crawford now has to play left end because of a rookie. It's amazing. Malik Collins from Nebraska is an amazing young player. He really is. Sean Lee, 7 tackles, doing what he does. Carr had a so-so game. I give him like a C+, B- game. But that's what I like about Carr. He's never too up. He's never too down. So I'll take that from Brandon Carr. All around, like I said, Tampa Bay, is a chippy team. This was a chippy win. But you got to win like this. You're going to have to win like this in the playoffs. Jameis Winston is a fierce competitor. And that's all I can say. Like, every game that Dallas plays is not going to be 10 touchdowns and this, that, and the third, and Dak throwing it. You're going to have to find different ways to win. But that's what Dallas did tonight. I'm extremely excited. I just wanted us to get that bad taste out of our mouth against the Giants. Moving forward, obviously, we have 2 more games, the Lions and the Eagles. I don't know how Jason Garrett will play it. But let's see. You know what I mean? Let's see. Go back, rewatch the game. Bryce Butler had a good catch. Terrence did his job. This team has just become a bunch of guys who just do their job. And I love it. Dak, Zeke, all of them. Everybody just does their job. Go back, watch the game. Let me know what y'all think. Upload everything you want to in my comments. Thank you guys so much for checking me out. The link is going to pop up right here. Check my music out. I just dropped a DJ mix on my SoundCloud. Check it out. Check out all my original music. I got an album with me and my boy Foots and Coles. We're going to start that YouTube page coming up very soon. So check it out. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody who watches this. Cowboys Nation, baby.